Caribbean, you will provide proof that you were working at Spirit Airlines, right? All right. So of course you provide proof, whether it be the badge or any proof. We must be satisfied that you
A
were
W two, pay stub,
something
something.
to show that you were a recent worker at Spirit Airlines. So we're going to open up the phone lines 850-446-0562. That's 850-446-0562. That's the phone line. If you used to travel on Spirit Airlines, you had any memorable times on there and you would like to share it, we're opening up the phone lines for you guys right now. Maybe you had a fun time, or maybe you almost missed your destination. You were 2 minutes before that door closed, for example, but you had some fun times. Please, maybe don't call if it was a fight or something that happened on Spirit Airlines. You want good times. If it was a memorable event, I'm just joking, but any memorable event, just go ahead and call us 850-446-0562. As a matter of fact, even if you were an employee of Spirit Airlines and you'd like to call in and give your take on things, it's 850-446-0562. And that's the Spirit Airlines take, and that's our way, right here in the Voice of the Caribbean, in giving back to the community. But on another note, Tony, we were just wondering, why do you think that this is all happening? I mean, we have gone through the list of so many other places right here in Broward County, in Miami, in Palm Beach, that is actually, closing their doors. Could it be because of the economy? I mean, we don't know. We're just guessing here, right? We do, and I don't think it's any one thing.
I think it's a combination of things that we have going on. I think that the tariffs, I think
That
some
could be
other
one.
extenuating circumstances that are also going on at this present time are affecting not just only the airline industry, but affecting in particular the construction industry. Tariffs have incredibly impacted that industry as well. Um, Also, consumer spending has come to somewhat of a decline
Mhm.
over the year, and it's
Fuel
just
prices. It could
fuel
be fuel
prices.
prices have
Absolutely,
gone up.
absolutely, absolutely. That's I think one of the contributory factors to what happened there at Spirit. Was could have been the final the final leg for them.
But there were, this was almost happening before because at one point, remember, they were asking for a bailout a few years ago. So some people say, well, but I guess what you're saying is that the fuel price, the hike, was your final
It was a final. It was a
blow.
final blow because I believe the creditors and whatnot did not agree with some of the bailout terms and conditions that were being submitted to them, and definitely fuel was one of them.
All right. And I mean, even locally here with some of these other companies, like for example, even the one that you just mentioned, we had the jerk machine and we had other ones. What are you thinking are their reasons? Do you think the economy is just not how it is supposed to be, or is it that some people are making the money while others aren't?
I think a lot has to do with the economy and uh, unemployment. I think that is definitely on the incline,
Mhm.
and people are not spending. They're having to conserve those funds that they would normally spend to go out and have a nice meal or a nice time with friends and family, and use that on essential goods.
Uh, I think there's one here, Hooters of Boca Raton, but they basically said that their lease had expired. So sometimes
Right.
maybe it's not the economy that's going down, but maybe it's
Well,
just the lease that expired and they're moving to bigger and better things.
or that their rent's being increased.
Oh, well, that's a
That's
that's a
it.
spin on it. All right. So if you're just joining us right here on the Global Brief with yours truly, Opal Lee and Anthony Sun, we're taking your calls at 850 That's 850-446-0562. Taking your calls, especially today's focus is on Spirit Airlines. Of course, unless you're living under a rock, you will note that, Spirit Airlines basically closed their doors just on May 2nd, just a couple of days ago. And so there are about 17,000 employees that have now lost their jobs. So right here, we're doing our part. If you or someone used to work at Spirit Airlines and have lost your job and you need some assistance, you can go ahead and call us right now, 850-446-0562. And to get that $100, you just need to send an email to info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. And there you will go ahead and state your name, your telephone number, because we're going to be announcing the winners tomorrow on our next show, because tomorrow we're also here on the Global Brief from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. So you're going to give your name, your phone number, how long you've worked at Spirit Airlines, and just one memorable event that you can remember, okay? And of course, show us also that you're following us on the Voice of the Caribbean, anywhere, whether it be on Facebook, TikTok, anything. And then you'll be entered into that drawing. And tomorrow, maybe at the beginning of the show tomorrow, we will go ahead tomorrow and announce the winner. All right. So Tony, go ahead. You want to say something?
No. Oh, wait.
Okay. So of course, we know some of the Spirit listeners are maybe in their cars right now. Some of you are sitting at your kitchen table wondering, what are we going to do now? You're looking at your bills piling up. I would like to hear from some of them. Or do they have another job maybe lined up? I hear that JetBlue.
I hear that some other airlines are reaching out to the former employees to see if they can assist. I know they're helping with some of the flights that were abruptly canceled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But one of the things that people are worried about is that Spirit Airlines was offering a very reasonable fare, right? I remember
Yeah.
back in the days.
Yeah.
I think I was
Yeah.
a member of that 999. It was a 999 club that I was a member of as well. And so we're wondering now with the other airlines that are going to be, we have no choice but to turn to those other airlines. I wonder if now the fees are going to skyrocket.
I would have to concur with that and think that they will and take advantage of this for some profit, but maybe not. Maybe they'll get lucky and someone will purchase Spirit. I think that there's some talks about others potentially buying into the company, trying to revive it, but we'll have to see. And they are in bankruptcy, so it all has to be approved.
Oh, because I think the other day, President Trump was going to allegedly was going to try and buy them out, but the creditors were not in agreement.
The creditors didn't agree with the terms of that engagement.
Okay. All right. So of course, 850-446-0562. Today's topic is the Community Watch. We're talking about the Community Watch right here. So many companies are closing their businesses. They are losing so much funds. They're having to say goodbye, and as a result of that,
after 30 some years, I think it was 34 years were they in business.
Correct. And as a result of that, so many employees are being displaced.
Well, they've lost their insurance, healthcare. A lot of trickle effects are now happening.
Okay, because what about some people who how you have been working with one company for so long and you got that seniority?
That's right.
And you are entitled to that pension. And there are certain of them that if you have gone there for so long, or if you spend 20 years, 30 years, your pension would be
That's right.
so much.
Each year, I think it escalates and becomes greater. Plus, you also have, when you're, say, an airline attendant or something of that nature, the longer they're there, their seniority goes up and raises. And now it looks like, if they get picked up by another airline, they're going to have to
Start
maybe
all
start
over.
all over again, to get to those things and not get the routes that they want and things of this nature and be completely displaced.
All right. So 850-446-0562. Are you a Spirit former employee? You want to call in and give your perspective. As a matter of fact, we may throw in some money now, even though the grand prize of $100 is if they do what we're telling them to do.
That's
in
right.
terms of, go ahead and send an email to info@Voice of the Caribbean. But maybe if anybody calls in now, we may ask them a trivia question or something, and maybe you'll be able to get even $50, right? 850-446-0562. That's 850-446-0562. If you are a former Spirit Airlines employee and would like to call in and just give your take on the what's been happening, what are you going to do next? What is your next move? Have you already had it in place where you knew this was coming? Because maybe it was no secret to a lot of people. And so maybe you've already put in applications for other employees, or maybe some of them are not even going back to the same airline industry. Maybe they're
They're
going
going to shift,
exactly. Maybe they'll take some office work or do something else.
That's correct.
That could be one thing. But 850-446-0562. That's 850-446-0562. It's yours truly, Opal Lee, and
Anthony Son.
And this is the Global Brief. Of course, we do this each and every Monday and Tuesday. Usually we have a special guest and we speak about different topics. But today we're doing it a little bit different. Today we're doing a community outreach by trying to give back to those that are in need and might be in a dire strait right now. And we're trying to do our part to see how we could help. Tomorrow we'll be back to the regular programming, and of course next week, for example, we have some experts who will be joining us next week, Monday and Tuesday. As a matter of fact, let me see, who do we have next week? Tuesday, I think we have next week Tuesday we'll be having Dr. what's her name? Let me see, Dr. Terilyn Sell. Who is a licensed psychotherapist and a brain health coach and functional mental wellness specialist of over 20 years of experience. She'll be joining us next week, Tuesday. But as I said before, today we're doing things a little bit different. Today we're trying to give back
To the community.
And
It's very important.
it is important.
It's absolutely important.
Sometimes we have to just take a time out from our regular schedule and do our part in giving back. And so if you are and today's focus is Spirit Airlines, because everybody see what has been happening and how so many people have been displaced from jobs. As a matter of fact, though, there are people who traveled on got one
way and couldn't get back. Exactly.
Right. And so they have had to call other airlines, and some other
airlines have stepped up.
Yes.
They've stepped up and offered to help them out.
That's great.
I don't know how that's going, but I know that's been advertised.
Yeah, exactly. So of course, we're still taking your calls all the way until 2 p.m. 2 p.m. And it's 850-446-0562, 850-446-0562. And just before we go to the break, let me remind you, all you have to do to go ahead and qualify to win that $100 that we're giving on behalf of the Voice of the Caribbean, sponsored by the Voice of the Caribbean and Flojam Legal and TagCon, is to just simply send an email to info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. That's info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. State your name, your phone number, how long you've worked at Spirit Airlines, one memorable event that you can recall as an employee of Spirit Airlines, and of course, let us know that you're following us somewhere, on any social media,
any platform,
the Voice of the Caribbean. All right, so 850-446-0562. We're going to be taking a break right now, and we will be back. Again, that number is 850-446-0562. 850-446-0562.
Celebrity Football Match. Artists versus media and selectors. It's the year-to-year event. The one and only Fort Lauderdale West Palm.
You're on YouTube. You're on YouTube. Where's your paper? Where's my paper? Sonny, you're on the video. We're going to talk about something now. You're on the video. It's you. You're right there. You keep asking for my notes. This is my notes. What are you asking me? Where's your paper? This is my stuff, though.
It's the big celebrity football match. Artists versus media and selectors. Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th at the Lauderdale Sports Complex, 7500 West Oakland Park Boulevard in Lauderdale.
These are my stuff. I don't know where's yours. You showed it to me earlier.
Just the facts. Sponsored by Vice Mayor Richard Campbell.
But it's going to be dark because we need something to talk about. What?
I'm doing crappy.
What?
I'm doing crappy.
What is somebody talking about?
We get into other industries and it's impacting construction.
What about construction?
What about the tariffs on the construction industry?
We don't have enough stuff to talk about.
You know what you want to do? You know, I wish I was a better speaker. But I don't have.
Welcome back to the
This one.
This is just from Hong Kong. There's a news from Hong Kong going on right now.
Plane?
Yeah.
From Euros Worldwide, this is Hassan.
You hear it?
Today, as European governments prepare for
Hong
Donald
Kong,
Trump's
what is
return
that?
to the White House. So,
Welcome back to the Global Brief with yours truly, Opal Lee. And
Anthony Son.
of course, today we have been speaking about the economy on a whole and what has been happening. And so we have been saying we're taking your calls 850-446-0562, 850-446-0562, right here on the Global Brief. We are giving today's programs a little bit different than what we are used to.
Yeah, we usually have a guest visitor.
Right. But today we're going to let you guys be the guest and you guys go ahead and see how we could assist you in terms of giving back. So, for example, if you were a former employee of Spirit Airlines and you would like to, you're falling on hard times, of course, right now because you're now jobless. It's your time for you. If you would like to qualify to get that $100, then you will send an email to us at info@voiceofthecaribbean.
And we're giving three
of them.
Three giveaways,
Three.
right?
So what we'll do, we'll
Up
give
until 5.
5 o'clock today. They have until 5 o'clock to send that email, and then tomorrow we will do it on air where we put all the names that we have collected, all the emails, and then we'll have a join. And the first 3 people, we're going to
Call them.
call. Yes, that's why you have to
Call
give your
them. You gotta
name,
give your name.
your phone number
Number.
as well, and then we'll call you on air and announce that you are the winner of that $100, and we'll give you the off air. Of course, we'll give you the information for you to come and collect that cash or check at the Voice of the Caribbean. Of course, as I said before, you will have to not only put your name and your phone number, you'll also need to put how long you've worked.
That's good. And also identify that you worked there through W-2 or your
Oh, when
employment pass
exactly.
or whatever.
When you do come in, you will have to show proof that you have been
Proof of
working at Spirit
employment.
Airlines.
That's a better way to put it.
Hey, and wait a minute now. You can show that you have been working there 10 years ago and come and collect the $100
Exactly,
because
exactly.
if you're working there 10 years ago and then you choose to leave for other reason, maybe, for an upgrade or you did something else, then no. You're not going to get that $100. We're genuinely trying to assist those right now who might be falling on hard times. And maybe you're looking for a job, but maybe you have not found another job yet. And this certainly could assist you.
Specifically to their termination due to Spirit shutdown.
Correct. So it's $100, and we're going to be giving away 3 of those. All right. So 850-446-0562, though, that's the phone number if you'd like to call in right now and share some memory you may have had. So even for those of you who did not work at Spirit Airlines, but you were a passenger or you have taken Spirit Airlines, and you're going to really miss them so much, and you'd like to call in and give your memorable event or tell us something that you remember that makes you smile when you think back and look at that trip. Maybe it was a fun trip that you were taking to Vegas, right? I know one of the things that I must tell you that I kind of like to take in Spirit Airlines when I go directly to Vegas because it was one of them that I could get like a straight flight from Fort Lauderdale to Vegas. And we won't talk about what happens in Vegas because whatever happens in Vegas,
I'll stay there.
no. Whatever happens in Vegas never happens. All right. And so Spirit Airlines was one of
It just doesn't happen, right?
Exactly, never happened. So of course, it was a very economical way for my friends and I to travel from Fort Lauderdale to Vegas. So that's one good thing that I'm going to miss with that airline. So if you would like to give your take on it, 850-446-0562. Again, the number is 850-446-0562. So whether you were a frequent flyer of Spirit Airlines or you were an employee of Spirit Airlines, it is your time to shine at 850-446-0562. And we have been giving out that number from the get-go.
Go.
So even if
Exactly.
you do not work at Spirit Airlines, but you have
Call
a
in.
family member or a friend who could benefit now from that $100, go ahead and don't be selfish. Share that
Give us a
information.
call.
Yeah, share that information with them. Have them call us so we could remind them of the ways to get that money. It's 850-446-0562. Again, the number is 850-446-0562. 0562. But Tony, earlier we were talking about the other ways or other reasons that we see so many other business are tanking. I mean, the other day I tried to fill my car up, and you don't say don't say I'm living.
Let's talk about that one.
Don't say I'm living under the shell, right? Of course. All right, of course, right here you're locked in on the Voice of the Caribbean, of course. 101.5 FM HD2. That's the Voice of the Caribbean, 101.5 FM HD2, and simulcasting on 96.9 FM. So send this information to your friends, family member, tell them to log in right now. They're in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale area, Hollywood, Dade County. Tell them to log in 101.5 FM HD2. It's WLYF. All right, 101.5 FM HD2 and simulcasting on 96.9. But listen, I went to the gas station the other day, and listen, it was all over $5. Over $5.
I went on the way in, and I was $4 and something.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God,
So
mine
well over
was $5.
well over $100 to fill up today.
So that $100 that we're giving away
Yeah.
per person, 3 times.
3 times over.
All right. Hey, come on. 850-446-0562. That at least maybe could give you a full tank of gas.
I'll give you a full tank.
Oh yeah. All right. So 850-446-0562. We're doing it for you right here on the Voice of the Caribbean, 101.5 FM HD2 and simulcasting on 96.9
And
FM.
this is going all the way to 5 p.m. today.
All the way, I mean, we are off in a few minutes because we're going to be off in 20 minutes. Our program will be done,
Right.
but we're still leaving it open for you and your friends. So if you're late in calling your friends right now to tell them to log on to the Voice of the Caribbean, you actually have until 5 o'clock to send that email. The email is info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. So we'll be checking those emails, and
Don't forget to tell they need to leave a telephone number that they can be
all right,
reached
let's see
at.
if we have a call. Thanks for rocking with us on the Voice of the Caribbean. Call you live. How are you? Good day. Were you
Well, thank
did
you.
you work on Spirit Airlines, or were you just a passenger? Oh, okay. You have to pay for your and you had to pay for your carry-on.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Right out from under you?
So wait a minute. So did they pay for you to go on another airline? Oh my gosh. All right. Oh.
That's a shame. I think we all enjoyed that.
I hear her voice. You should hear her
Yeah.
voice. Those quick trips to
Yeah, the
Jamaica,
quick
those
trips
quick
to
one. Yes, I understand. So we will miss them, and I know you will miss them. All right. Thank you so much. All right. You too. Thanks
Thanks
for
for
calling
calling.
in. All right. So if you're just joining us, it's 850-446-0562. We're still taking your calls to see if you had a good, memorable event or anything. Could be good or bad, a memorable event for Spirit Airlines, and you'd like to call in and share with us. The phone number is 850-446-0562. One of the things I didn't like about Spirit, man, they were charging for every single thing.
Everything.
I mean, the only time that I thought that it was really good to jump on is if I know that, okay, I don't have any bags or
Just
nothing.
got to carry on.
No, because you have to pay for your carry-on.
Carry
Yeah,
on
a personal bag.
Personal bag.
Personal
Right,
bag, you didn't have to
exactly.
pay for personal bag, if I remember correctly.
Carry on seat.
You had to
and
pay for
pa-
carry-on.
and-
You had to
and-
pay
and
for
baggage.
Yes,
Everything.
yes, you had to pay. And a matter of fact, bringing the checked luggage was actually cheaper than the carry-on.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know
So
that.
yes, yeah. So it will be in if I remember correctly, somebody can call me if I'm, can correct me if I was wrong, if I'm wrong. But I remember that the carry-on was more expensive than the actual checked
Check luggage.
luggage. So I remember I said, okay, you know what? Let me do the checked
Check
luggage
luggage.
and just don't have any
No
carry-on.
carry-on.
I just bring a knapsack or something. They don't charge you if you have like a knapsack or a laptop bag.
Right.
But other than that, they would charge you for every single thing. Another thing with the Spirit is that I was used to, back in the days, long in the days, we could, I think it was like 70 pounds, long time, not giving my age, that we were allowed. And then most airlines went down to 50.
50.
And I remember when I was traveling on Spirit Airlines one time, they were saying, no, it's like 40. And I'm like, what? So like I traveled one way with one airline and my bag was 50. It was okay.
Right.
And coming back, I was traveling on Spirit and they said, nope, it has to be only 40. What was I going to do with my 10 that I actually went to my destination with, right? But that was my mistake, because I should have looked at the baggage and the description and everything from the get-go, which I failed to do. All right.
That happens.
All right. So, of course, you're listening to yours truly, Opal Lee, and
Anthony Son.
we're right here on the Global Brief that we do each and every Monday and Tuesday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. Usually, we would have a special guest where we talk about different issues that affect all of us globally. And so today, though, because of what's happening with Spirit Airlines, and not only Spirit Airlines, even in our local
It's local economy in
local
general.
economy, so many businesses are closing their doors. We thought, you know what, let's use today's program to try and give back to the community. And so if you're just joining us, of course, we only have about 15 minutes to go into this show. But if you're just joining us, what we're doing right here in the Voice of the Caribbean, we're trying to help out a little bit by giving $100 to the
Three lucky
Three.
listeners.
3 lucky listeners. All right, where you are able to get $100 each, and all you have to do, and that could take you a long way. That could maybe get you some gas or help you carry over to do something, pay a bill, a utility bill or something.
Sure.
And all you have to do is send an email to info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. info@voiceofthecaribbean.com.
And don't forget to include your full name and the number where we can reach you out.
And also tell us how long you've worked at Spirit Airlines and just one memorable event. That's what I think.
Well, I think that's fair.
And I feel, and I see messages coming in. Why didn't you tell me before for the deal? Nope, we're not telling anybody. We on purpose, we did not tell anybody about this because we wanted to catch you off guard.
Exactly.
But what we will do, maybe the first caller who calls in right now and say
Right.
they work at Spirit Airlines, even though we already have those people doing the email, we'll
Yeah.
give away $50. So yes, but you know what? Nobody's going to call in because they want to go for the $100.
Oh, I think we'll
And
get
if you win the
all our-
$50 now, you can't win the $100
of
tomorrow.
course.
So you can take your luck and you can call in now if you were a Spirit Airline employee, and the first caller who calls in and answer those questions or tell us one memorable event, we'll give them the $50. We'll take the information and give them a 50.
That's
But
fair. That's very fair.
that's fair, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, so
Absolutely.
the first caller right now who used to work at Spirit Airlines and you were affected because of the recent, being displaced, just call me. Call us right now. You don't have to give your name on air or your phone number on air. We don't want that.
Yeah.
But what we want on air though is for you to tell us how long you've worked at Spirit Airlines and one memorable event, and we will give you that $50. But for the other people, if you want to try and go for the bigger
Okay.
one for the $100, that one you have to send
You
an
gotta send
email
an
for.
email.
So that email is to the info@ofthecaribbean.com.
The voice of
I see those messages coming in. No. You're going to send an email. As I said before, you send the email or you can do the phone call right now to us. And we have maybe about 10 minutes to go until we're out of here. The phone call is 850-446-0562. 850-446-0562. Can't say you don't remember that number, 850-446-0562. Next week, Tuesday, we're going to, and tomorrow, by the way, we'll announce the winners
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Next week, Tuesday, right here on the Global Brief, we're going to have a special guest. We're going to be having Dr. Teralyn Sell, PhD. She's a licensed psychotherapist, a brain health coach, and a functional mental wellness specialist with over 20 years of experience. So you don't want to miss that program we're going to have next week, Tuesday, May 12th.
It's going to be a good one.
Yes, and we're also going to have a special guest on Monday as well. But we're going to be announcing. You'll see all of this on our Instagram page, which is at the Voice of the Caribbean, and so you will see all our guests there. But for today, we only have about 10 minutes to go, and we were just talking about the global economy. And a matter of fact, I want to hear from other people. Why, really and truly, why do you think this is the economy, or so many businesses, or why do you think you don't have enough money in your bank account? What do you think is causing that? I know a lot of business owners, especially in the construction industry,
Absolutely.
roofers,
Particularly construction.
construction and roofers.
Construction. Lots of issues with that.
I know a lot of them are going to say, well, their workers maybe were migrants.
We have that issues with migrant workers. We also have issues with the tariffs and cost of steel and
When you say cost of steel, what do you mean?
rebar, aluminum, things of those nature that we import from other countries. They put tariffs on them, and that's increased our costs.
Okay, so if it's increased the cost, and then
It's got to be passed now through to the client, and
business will go down from the
business will
client
go down from the
perspective,
client perspective, there's less.
and then you'd
people
have to lay off employees, for
Yeah,
example.
Correct.
But I know in the
Correct.
construction and the agriculture
Yeah.
businesses, a lot of it had to do seriously with the immigrants and people who were scared of being placed in removal proceedings. And so they were either staying home, and now these construction workers didn't have any employees.
Tariff rates are going up 14 to 27%
Mm.
for construction materials, specifically with regard to steel and metals. things of
So what does
nature.
that mean? So when that happens, that mean they would have to lay off their employees?
No, it means you will have to have certain things now incorporated into your contracts that pass those through to the owners. Those changes in price and escalation clauses and things of that
Oh, so you're
nature,
saying
which
now
increases the cost of construction and makes it a little bit more prohibitive for people to do repair work on their buildings and bring their buildings into compliance and things of that nature.
So then
for code purposes.
and then maybe they now don't want to work or give businesses to the construction company, and so if they don't have businesses coming into these construction companies, the construction companies don't have any work for the employees.
Well, exactly. It's a trickle effect. When you're dealing with particular condo associations that are governed by the state and by local municipalities, they're required to do this work. And when the prices are going up like this, it becomes a little prohibitive to them, and it creates consistent delays within the procedural factors of construction, and the price escalation and the pass-throughs. And once those things start to hit after you've started a project, you then get shut down so they can go through their assessments and reorganize and try to come up with some more funding to continue on with the project, which then puts the construction companies at jeopardy and risk, because they've not taken other jobs, they've not taken on other things, because they have these specific jobs that they're already committed to. And once these items go down, those other jobs are no longer available. Therefore, it trickles down to the employees, and unfortunately, they get laid off or have to find other employment.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, even like here, we're a Caribbean community, and I've seen so many, even local businesses
Sure,
are being affected.
particularly the restaurant industry,
That's true.
restaurants.
So more people are saying, listen, let them, what they're,
Well, I would rather save my money for essentials,
Okay.
because the cost of living is going up. Therefore, my pay might not be going up
right.
to equate that. So I'm not going to be going out as much. I have to take care of my family. I have to pay our bills, take care of things.
All right, guys, only have a few minutes to go. If you want to give your input and say what you think could be causing this economy or for business to be closing down, starting from Spirit Airlines or a regular mom and dad pop shop.
Those are the ones being hit the most.
Which ones?
The mom and pops and the smaller construction firms, the smaller businesses are what are not being able to weather this storm.
So if you think you've been affected or you know why that could be happening, we would like to hear from you. 850-446-0562. That's 850-446-0562. We were actually giving away some money to Spirit Airlines.
$50 to the caller.
$50,
right
but guess
now.
what? I think maybe no
She's
Spirit
calling
Airlines
right
person
now.
is listening right now. Maybe
Still
because
got 5 minutes.
that they could get it. But yeah, they could get that $50 now. And don't trick us and say that you used to work at Spirit Airlines, because we're going to ask you to verify
That's
it
right.
when you do come in. Or it could be, Anthony, that they don't want to call to get the $50, because if they call right now and they get the $50, then
And they're
they'll
not
be
eligible for the 100.
correct for tomorrow, because you can
Right.
only win this once.
Correct.
But if I were them, I would call right now and get that $50, because that would be a sure thing,
Sure.
more than to wait until tomorrow. Where right now we haven't
It's
even been
random.
checking we haven't even
random.
been checking the emails right now. We could
Exactly.
have 20 emails right
Exactly.
now, or 30
Exactly.
emails. And what we're going to do is put all those emails in what we call it, a bag or something, and shuffle. And then tomorrow on air, we're going to draw 3 names. So it would have been better if that person had called in and get that $50 more than to wait until tomorrow and they may not
Right.
win it. All right. And so for tomorrow, what we're going to be doing, we're going to do it at the beginning of the show. If
Okay.
there is any winners,
Yeah.
or if anybody did send that email, and so let me
Make sure you include your full name, phone number, and a memorable moment working for Spirit.
but also tell us how long
Oh,
you have worked at Spirit Airlines, and that's how you will qualify to be entered into the draw, and then we will select those names, 3 names, tomorrow
so stand by your phone.
before 1:30. Oh yes, oh that's
Gotta be
important.
by your phone.
We're gonna call you on that number on air, and if you don't answer, then we'll pick another number,
Correct.
and so somebody else will get that $100.
Correct.
I think that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
All right, so it's yours truly, Opal Lee, and
Anthony's son.
this is the Global Brief, which we do right here on the Voice of the Caribbean, 101.5 FM HD2, simulcasting on 96.9 FM. And we do this each Monday and Tuesday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. every Monday and Tuesday. Of course, we normally have tomorrow we're going to go back to our regular schedule of having a
Right,
guest. So
right.
tomorrow we will have a guest
Yes.
tomorrow. And next
But
week,
at the
Monday-
beginning, we'll do
But-
the drawing.
yeah, so we'll have a guest tomorrow, but in the beginning, we'll announce the winners, the 3 winners, if we have any, right? Because remember, you guys got to email. You've got to email. Send the email to info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. And if you don't know the phone number, just go ahead and if you don't remember the email, I guess go ahead and call us.
Call us.
And we'll give that to you. All right. And so the number to call in right now on air, if you wish, still time to get that $150 that is just burning in my pocket to give away, is 850-446-0562. 850-446-0562. Or if you're going to just wait until tomorrow, then you'll send the email to info@voiceofthecaribbean.com. You'll state your name in that email, your phone number, how long you've worked at Spirit Airlines, and one memorable moment. And also
We have till 5 p.m. today.
till
do
5
that,
p.m.
right?
today. You have until 5 o'clock, and nobody's going to remind you, because I'm not coming back on the radio today. So I'm not going to be able to remind you. So you now have to remember this and remember to send the email you have up to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. If you send it at 5:01, you're disqualified. All right. And then we'll announce the winners first thing tomorrow when we do the show. So
At 1 p.m.?
before 1:30, put it that way.
Okay.
We're going to do it in the first half because we're going to have a guest tomorrow. So we'll do it in the first half before we move on to that program. It was great rocking with you right here on the Global Brief. Join us again tomorrow, 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. We will have our special guest and, of course, announcing the 3 winners of that $100 each towards the community outreach. Have a blessed day, everyone. Anything you want to say, Anthony?
I just want to say that my heart goes out to everyone who's been affected by their loss of employment due to the Spirit shutdown.
And
I don't know how I did not get what you had.
Better sounding radio.
I'm sorry. I just heard.
you're on.
101.5 HD2. The City of Lauderdale, the voice of the Caribbean, and Just the Flex presents the annual Celebrity Football Match. Artists versus media and selectors. It's the year-to-year event. The one in all of Fort Lauderdale, West Clark, and look forward to Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th. Come see artists versus media and selectors. Artists like Christopher Martin. Mr. Lex, Luke D, Tony Curtis, Jesse, Lally. It's a big celebrity football match. Artists versus media and selectors. Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th. At the Lauderdale Sports Complex, 7500 West Oakland Park Boulevard in Lauderdale. Presented by the City of Lauderdale, the voice of the Caribbean, and Just the Flex. Sponsored by Vice Mayor Richard Campbell. For info, call 954.
So embarrassed. So embarrassed.
It's not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal, but it is. To me.
What?
I like things to be like things to be right. You know.
Hopefully I get used for everything. They get me first when they was gone home after for come back. He said to her, he said, "The mama say you like the favorite." That was the good time that be alive up. He said, "Shut up, my God."
Are you going?